Okay, I went ahead and sprayed it again with water and rubbing alcohol. And oh, I forgot to do the other one. But anyway, I'll show you what I'm going to do here. I sharpened my tool, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take the background out as much as possible. Alright, see how I'm trying to make this stick out? And that's all you're going to do is go all the way around. Like here on the side, you're going to try to trim all that off. Trim this off down here. And up here, where the ears are, I'll take this off over here. So what you're trying to do is give it the illusion that it's sticking out quite a ways. Alright? That's all you're doing here. And so we'll just go down here and try to take some of this off. See how it's sticking out a little bit? Now, right here where it meets with the head with the neck, you want to go a little deeper, because this is the reason why. I'll show you in just a second here. I'll do that side, knock that out. And your knife really, folks, has to be sharp, 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 sharp. I can't emphasize that enough when you do these. It'll make it so much easier, because it's going to tear and stuff if it's not sharp, especially if you go against the grain. This wood has a tendency of tearing instead of going along with it as nicely. So it all depends on the branch too. It's just like basswood. Sometimes you can get a piece that no matter what you do, it tears when you go across. But a lot of that, when it's tearing, it's because your knife isn't sharp enough. Sometimes it's the wood and sometimes it's the knife. Okay, so see where we got it deeper right in those corners? Well, I'm going to take my knife and I'm just going to do a little, and then I'm just going to blend that cut into the neck, a little bit right into the neck there. Okay, then this portion here, we're just going to come down. Alright, just like so. Turn that off a little bit so it doesn't look real bumpy. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing from the bottom up, because we want that collar to stick out. Alright, if you want, you can trim the collar off a little bit. And okay, so that's the bottom part there. Now if you're not happy with this, you can make this a little bit deeper, like I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to make it a little bit deeper. Alright, then the sides of the face is pretty well done. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit, and that's what your sharp knife comes in really handy when you start cleaning things up. Now here I lower the ear a little bit from the head on either side. Just take that little edge off. Now this is optional, you don't have to do this, but I'm doing it because I have what I need for it. And it's kind of an old tool I had a long time ago from a Warren set. And what I do is I just hollow this out a little bit, just because if you look at the ears of calves or cows, they go in a little bit. They have a little indentation in them. They're not just straight across like that. If you don't have it, you can do it with a knife if you want. That's up to you. You probably can scoop it out a little bit, but it'd be a little difficult to do. You don't have to do that, but I think it gives it a little better. And then I round off the ear a little bit on the top, okay? On the bottom, just take that hard edge off of there. Now you got to make sure it's deep enough that you can do that. So this is not really deep enough, so let me. And if you feel like the wood's getting a little tough to carve, just soak it up again. And sharpen up your knife one more time, and then go for it. Alright, now here is where it gets a little tricky. Going around this portion of it, and I'll do the one antler, and then I'll come back and show you how I do the eyes and the nose when we come back. But see, this is already kind of taken out, so all I'm going to do is just take that little edge off. And here it was kind of hard to get around there, so I'm going to just try to cut that with the knife a little bit. See how I turned my piece and not my knife? I stuck it in there and I turned my piece as I was making that turn. Sometimes it's easier than trying to move your whole knife around. It's just turning your piece around. And you'll get a feel for that. As you continue to carve, folks, you'll get what you can and cannot do. You'll feel the resistance, and you'll know automatically how to do it. Like I said in the past, it's like driving a car. When you have to use a turn signal, you don't think, okay, now I have to put my hand on the turn signal and I've got to push it down so I can make a right. And you know what? You don't even think of it, or using the brake or the gas pedal. You just automatically do it. And that's how it will be with wood carving if you stick with it. It will become second nature to you. Alright, so don't give up. Keep at it. I had one gentleman that was at one of my classes for about a year, and I didn't know really if he was going to get it, but you know what? After a year, he really did. He got a hold of it. He kept at it. And I was very proud of him. He did a great job of doing this. Now see, this is sticking up a little bit. We are going to go down a little bit, just like so. Alright, so we're going to kind of bring this in a little bit more. And this is only going to be a sliver cut. This is just to make this pop out a little bit more. See how it just popped out a little bit more? And you see the indentation? I'm going to finish up the second antler, and then we'll work on the nose and the eyes in the next segment.